Hi, it's Deborah Bringleson here to talk to you today about the hidden crises hitting companies all across the globe. According to Deloitte, companies are struggling to develop leaders at all levels, and the data suggests they are making little or no progress. At the helm of most successful companies are leaders with both vision and the ability to lead their teams to overcome challenges, move past setbacks, and ultimately create success. However, for most companies, leadership stops at or near the CEO. Globally, CE-level executives identify increasing demand for new and better leaders at all levels of their company as the number 2 threat to business stability and growth, rising 32% over previous years. However, only 6% of executives believe they have what it takes to solve the leadership gap, and only 10% have faith in their succession programs. And when it comes to growing millennial leaders, that confidence drops from 10% to a mere 7%. Unfortunately, most managers, supervisors, and vice presidents are rewarded with their positions because of scoring a big deal, loyalty to the company, or the passage of time. Real leadership training has been inadequate or non-existent. While they may dress the part and hold the office, they are not prepared or qualified to actually lead, often causing more frustration and problems than they solve. As we'll discuss later, that's when the real trouble begins. Poor leaders destroy your company. These name-only leaders, unprepared for the task, experience tremendous overwhelm and stress. And one thing that definitely trickles down, it's stress. Paralysis, an inability to take action or smart action, and a need to take credit from others are all flashing warning signs of an unprepared and overwhelmed name-only leader. Overwhelm plus low or no skill destroys your team, profitability, and potentially your company. So what's it costing you? A recent Harvard Business Review report found that bad bosses negate other investments, while good bosses have the opposite effect. Good bosses lead employees to increase revenue, and as many studies have shown, there's a strong correlation between employee engagement, customer satisfaction, and revenue. This bears out in a recent Gallup study which found that 70% of U.S. employees are not engaged in their work, and 70% of those cite bad managers as the reason, resulting in an annual hit to the U.S. economy of $398 billion. Companies in the bottom quartile for engagement report 25% higher turnover, 28% more thefts, 41% more safety incidents, and 22% lower profits. So for great leaders, is it nature or nurture? It's both. Not everyone is cut out to be a leader. Keep those with skill or potential and replace the rest. Here are key questions to ask about your current leadership team and of any future promotions or hires. Is this person really the right fit for the job that needs to be done? Are they or do they have the ability to be groomed into the next superstar manager or CEO? And do they understand the need, and can they and will they groom the next wave of leaders to take their place when the time is right? Up next, what training, tools, and development does each person actually need to create a corporate culture of intentional, sustainable, and joyful growth? With a wave of millennials entering and soon to be dominating the workforce starting right now, this question and subsequent action plan will emerge as one of the biggest components of future sustainability and growth. Here are just a few questions to ask. Does she truly understand and embrace the difference between being a team player and a leader? Does she think strategically? And does she act like an employee taking direction and doing a good job? Or does she look for opportunities to think like a CEO, investing thought and time into the current and future health of the company, strategically solving problems, and generating ideas both personally and from the team? Does she innovate for the good of the client, constantly looking for gaps in service? Ask what the client needs or will potentially need in the next 6 months, year, or more. Does she ask at each step of the sales and service process, how can the client's experience be made better, easier, and more satisfying? Does she ask at each step of the service process, what service or product that we currently do not offer will the client want or need next, and how do we create that? Does she innovate for the good of the team? A strong tribal culture creates greater happiness and success for both team members individually and for the company as a whole. The more team members feel they are a vital part of the company, the more they are inspired to invest themselves in the success of both clients and the company. It's a win-win-win. A great question to ask each manager or leader is, do you know every team member's and your direct report's currency? And do you spend it? And a great question to ask yourself is, do you? Does she seek honest feedback from clients, colleagues, supervisors, and team members? The best leaders aren't afraid of feedback. They seek it out. They also know how to discern its value, knowing when to use it or discard it as appropriate. So hire right and then invest. Companies that create massive success are those that are built on a solid foundation of smart and strong leaders. It's not the companies with the best products that succeed. It's those with a team of leaders who inspire, teach, and innovate. Here's what great leaders are: hungry, driven, problem solvers, innovators, thinkers, masters of themselves. And here's what great leaders do. They shift from a self-centered focus to a team or company focus, understanding that team company success equals their own personal success. They invest in their growth. They invest in their emotional, passionate stake in themselves and the company. They add value to themselves, their team, other leaders in the company, clients, and customers. And they ask great questions of their team, clients, and customers, and other leaders. They seek feedback from their team, clients, and customers, other leaders, and bosses, and they know each team member's currency. They anticipate their team's and their clients' needs. They influence their team positively, both their state and their core beliefs. They're able to make decisions, and they actually make and implement them. Here's what great leaders need: support for investing in their growth, in their time, encouragement, and financial resources, an assessment of their growth needs, training and education to fill those growth needs, opportunity to develop and practice new mindset, behavior, and skills. They need support for investing in their emotional state in themselves and in the company. And the company must know each of their leaders' currency. They need room to make decisions and fail. They need mentorship and guidance, support for decisions. So here's the thing: disgruntled, disruptive, low performers are happy to fill the leadership gaps created by poor and ineffective leaders. Who are the real leaders in your company? Need help? Grab your complimentary breakthrough strategy session. We'll be happy to get on the phone with you and find your next big breakthrough for success and profit.